are watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 27th of July. Modi government tables tougher anti-paper leak bill amid opposition protests. No talks with Pakistan except on POJK, says India's Defence Minister. And Bangladesh ex-president named in crimes against humanity complaint. And now for all the details. India's ruling BJP government, amid opposition protests, has introduced a bill in Parliament to strengthen India's anti-paper leak law, proposing tougher punishment for those involved in exam-related fraud. We have a report.
The Indian government on Monday tabled the Public Examinations, Prevention of Unfair Means, Amendment Bill 2026 in the Lok Sabha during the monsoon session after an agreement over the weekend put a hold on massive protests over the issue. Introduced by Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh, the bill seeks to strengthen the legal framework against paper leaks and other unfair practices in public examinations. The move comes amid a political showdown, with the opposition continuing to protest over the alleged police action against students demonstrating over the NEET paper leak controversy.
तो हम चाहते हैं कि सारा पार्टी, चाहे ऑपोजिशन हो, सरकार के हो, सब इसमें चर्चा में भाग लेना चाहिए. और इतना बड़ा फैसला लेने के बाद आज जो एग्जाम पेपर लीक को लेकर के इतना कठोर कानून बना रहे हैं, इसमें अगर चर्चा नहीं करेंगे और डिस्टर्ब करेंगे तो अच्छा मैसेज नहीं जाएगा.
The proposed amendments increase the maximum punishment for paper leak-related offences to 10 years in prison and raise the maximum fine to 10 rupees crore. To steer the discussion, the BJP has deployed several young members of parliament to lead the debate on examination reforms and measures to restore confidence in the education system. The opposition, however, continued to target the government over the alleged police action against students protesting the NEET paper leak issue. Congress leaders Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, along with other opposition MPs, staged a protest inside the parliament complex, demanding accountability for the alleged assault on demonstrators and calling for an apology from India's Home Minister Amit Shah.
FIR फाइल कर रहे हैं बिहार में, बंगाल में स्टूडेंट्स के खिलाफ. ये मैंने सुना है, वेरीफाइड नहीं है अभी. तो मतलब फिर फायदा क्या हुआ?
India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, addressing the 27th Kargil Vijay Diwas celebrations in Ladakh on Sunday, said India would hold no talks with Pakistan except on Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He reiterated that POJK under Pakistan's illegal occupation is an integral part of India and warned that any attempt to challenge India's sovereignty would be met with a decisive response from the armed forces. Singh said the success of Operation Sindhu reflected India's resolve and capability to respond firmly to terrorism and cross-border aggression. He accused Pakistan of using terrorism as an instrument of state policy and alleged that its military works in tandem with terrorist groups, providing them shelter. Contrasting the two countries since the 1999 Kargil War, Singh said India had advanced through innovation, technology and economic growth, while Pakistan continued to promote terrorism. Pakistan rejected the remarks, calling them highly provocative and irresponsible. Kargil Vijay Diwas is observed every year to commemorate India's victory in the 1999 Kargil War and honor the courage and sacrifice of the armed forces in defending the nation's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
आज भारत इनोवेशन के रास्ते खोज रहा है तो पाकिस्तान इन्फिल्ट्रेशन के नए रास्ते खोज रहा है. भारत शिप डिजाइन कर रहा है तो पाकिस्तान टेरर डिजाइन में लगा हुआ है. भारत स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम खड़ा कर रहा है तो पाकिस्तान टेरर इकोसिस्टम खड़ा कर रहा है. भारत से भी कंडक्टर्स बना रहा है तो पाकिस्तान सुसाइड बॉम्बर्स तैयार कर रहा है. भारत स्पेस मिशंस के लिए जाना जा रहा है तो पाकिस्तान प्रॉक्सी मिशंस चला रहा है. भारत अंतरिक्ष में सैटेलाइट्स भेज रहा है तो पाकिस्तान आज भी आतंकवादियों को सीमाओं के पार भेजने में लगा हुआ है.
Moving on, voting in POJK was held on Monday amid boycott calls. tight security and allegations of electoral irregularities. We have a report.
Amid voting for the Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly began on Monday amid tight security, boycott calls and allegations of electoral irregularities. The Joint Awami Action Committee, or JAC, which has boycotted the polls, alleged signs of rigging within hours of voting, claiming irregularities had surfaced in several areas, including Mirpur Division. The elections are being held in 3 phases and come against the backdrop of months of political unrest and protests across the region. The socio-political group on Sunday held a march against the polls and reiterated its demand for the abolition of 12 assembly seats reserved for Pakistan-based refugees, arguing that the arrangement enables Islamabad-backed political parties to influence the formation of governments in the region. The polls follow weeks of demonstrations led by JAC over political representation, governance, and economic issues. The protests triggered a security crackdown that reportedly left several people dead and many others injured, drawing criticism from human rights groups and the international community. Locals have expressed they do not have any hopes of positive outcome from the election process.
आवाम हुक्मरानों में तो पूरे आज़ाद कश्मीर में नाराज हैं और बाद हल्का जात में हकीकतन इस वक्त नफरत का बयानिया है और जिसमें हुक्मरानों को अपनी गलतियां खुले दिल से तस्लीम करनी चाहिए। यकीन जानिए रियासत में गरीब की फलाह के लिए कवानीन बनते बनते सालों लग जाते हैं, लेकिन जहां मराद के हवाले से वो पार्लियामेंटेरियन के हों, वो ब्यूरोक्रेसी के हों, उनके अगर कोई चीज असेंबली से रह जाए वो सदारती ऑर्डिनेंस के जरिए हो जाती है, काबीना इजलास के जरिए हो जाती है। हुक्मरानों को अपने आप की भी इस्लाह करनी चाहिए।
अवाम में इस तरह की कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं है इलेक्शन के हवाले से। जहाँ कहीं अगर कोई दिलचस्पी है भी वहाँ पर भी ना होने के बराबर है, क्योंकि अगर एक तरफ अक्सरियत ना होने वाले की जो इलेक्शन नहीं चाहते हैं वो कहते हैं कि हमें पहले हमारे जो बुनियादी हकूक़ है वो दिए जाए, उसके बाद इलेक्शन करवाया जाए।
And days after Mohammed Shahabuddin resigned as Bangladesh president, complaints have been filed against him with the Bangladesh International Crimes Tribunal seeking a probe into his role in crimes against humanity committed during the 2024 students' uprising against the Sheikh Hasina government. The charges stem from the same events for which former PM Hasina was sentenced to death in absentia. Shahabuddin, a long-time ally of Hasina, who was forced to flee Bangladesh due to uprising, resigned on Friday, citing health complications. The opposition has raised the allegations against Shahabuddin, but they have found nothing in those allegations that warrants our consideration, Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed said. Law Minister Mohammed Asaduzzaman, however, said Shahabuddin will be probed for corruption allegations, whereas ICT Chief Prosecutor Mohammed Aminul Islam said that his office had received 2 complaints, one from Bangladesh Azad Party and the other from Rashtra Songlap Forum for Shahabuddin's alleged role in killings, torture and other crimes committed against students and protesters. And flood-hit communities in India's northeastern state of Assam are beginning the difficult task of rebuilding after devastating monsoon floods claimed at least 65 lives. Residents across Assam are assessing the destruction left behind by days of relentless flooding. According to state government data, at least 65 people have died, while more than 60,000 residents have been affected by the disaster. The Brahmaputra River, one of the world's largest rivers, remains above the danger level in several areas. In Assam's Shiv Sagar district, families sorted through waterlogged belongings and salvaged whatever they could from their flooded homes. Many displaced residents continue to shelter in relief camps as authorities work to provide food, medical care and emergency assistance.
নিজৰ জীৱনটো আৰু নিজৰ সন্তানটো জীৱন বচাবলৈ মানে যিখিনি মানে ভগৱানে সাহস দিলে বুলি ক'ব লাগিব। যি ৰকমত মানে পানী খুট বলিছিলে হেতু খুটত যে আমি বাচিম হেতু আমি ভবাই নাছিলো। লাষ্টত মানে কি গছৰ ফেঙনিত উঠি নিজৰ জীৱন ৰক্ষা কৰিলো, নিজৰ লৰাটো জীৱন ৰক্ষা কৰিলো। তাতে আৰু মানে ভাষাই পোৱা নাই মানে কেনেদৰে কি কৰি মানে কি কম মানে ভাবিবই পোৱা নাই মানে। নিজৰ জীৱন আৰু নিজৰ সন্তান আৰু ভতিজাকজনী আৰু খুৰী হাহত মানে আৰু কোনো কথম্বি মানে নিজৰ জীৱন ৰক্ষা কৰিলো ল'ৰাটো 8 বছৰ
Meanwhile, heavy rains also lashed Rajouri in India's Jammu and Kashmir, where swollen rivers and mud-covered farmland highlighted the widespread impact of the monsoon. The Himalayan region is particularly vulnerable to floods and landslides, and some scientists say climate change is contributing to more frequent and intense extreme weather events. And Indian weightlifter Mirabai Chanu clinched a historic third consecutive Commonwealth Games gold medal in the women's 48 kg weightlifting event in Glasgow on Sunday, delivering India's first gold medal of the Games. An emotional Chanu credited years of sacrifice, recovery from injuries and perseverance for the achievement. I am extremely happy and very emotional. I made so many sacrifices and overcame stress and injuries to reach the Games, she said, adding that her sole focus was executing the lifts assigned by her coach. Chanu's family expressed immense joy and pride after watching her clinch the gold medal on television, with her mother saying she had faith in her daughter's victory despite concerns over her injury. India has so far won 4 medals in total, which includes 1 gold, 2 silvers and 1 bronze.
बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ मैं बोल नहीं सकती बता नहीं सकती बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ बहुत इमोशनल भी हूँ सब कुछ है और खुश इसलिए कि मैं काफ़ी सेक्रीफाइस और बहुत सारे टेंशन इंजरी से लेके गेम्स तक आके मैंने मेडल दिया है पहला इंडिया के लिए गोल्ड मेडल जीतना एक प्लेयर्स के लिए बहुत बड़ी बात होती है तो मैं बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ
मैं शब्दों में बयान नहीं कर सकती क्योंकि मैंने पहली बार ऐसा एहसास यहाँ पर करा है मैं एज एन इंडियन यहाँ पे रहती हूँ ग्लासगो में एंड इट वॉज सच अ सरियल मोमेंट आई हैड गूज बम्प्स एंड आई न्यू मीराबाई इज गोना परफॉर्म so well but obviously gold coming home is another level so I was like oh my god this is literally on the top and I'm so proud go India that's just the beginning.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.